All right, today I was able to make 5,000 on the trade, or on a couple of trades, and I'll tell you what all went into that, how I control my emotions, and at the end I'll show you the trade illustrations. So, one, I hopped in the market today, and it was kind of muddy. We saw the dollar. Dollar's looking a little bit funny, just a little bit funny. This is what I saw initially. All of this going on. So already I was like, man, let's see what the market gives me. I was able to find a reason to sell to buy USD CAD, and my target is all the way up here. Give me a 1 to 3 or 1 to 4 risk reward, right? Well, it was actually 1 to 3. I think we stop loss right there. It was 1 to 3 risk reward, which it looks good. Now, as you can see, I'm already out of my positions without the market hitting my targets. The point of that is that the reason I left the market because I saw certain things on the charts that I didn't like, and I decided to take some partials. Partials is very essential when it comes to trading, even with Euro, right? Because it's USD CAD. It hasn't even hit my target. I'm already out of the market. I already made my money for the day. Same with the Euro dollar. I left my trade when it hit this target. That was my first target. Now I still expect it to go all the way down here, but I didn't feel like waiting for it. Reason being is because with my trading plan, dollar is king. So when dollar hits certain targets or objectives I have for the day, whether my trade that I'm in has panned out or not, I'm more on edge, and I'd rather exit the position or take partials. Now I could have also left running profits on the market, but I decided to close out everything because 5,000 or $200,000 account is about 2.5% per day. And if you're making 2.5% per week, you're doing great, But 2.5% per day, I like to think of percentages, not really dollar amounts. But if you're making 2.5% per day, that could be a $1 million account. A $1 million account, that's 25,000 a day. $200,000 account, that's 5,000 per day. So I look at percentages because at the end of the day, we're all gonna scale up to manage a lot of money. That's the goal for me to. When I grow my money, I'm gonna start trading bigger money. So I don't like to think in dollar amounts. So that being said, the same way I trade a $100,000 account, I'll be able to trade a $1 million account. Same way I trade a $1 million account, I'll be able to trade a $10 million account because I think in percentages. Now let's focus on why I took partials. One, this was my initial target. When the dollar was down here, my initial target was this blue line. And it got here around 8 o'clock, 8:15. I was in a CAD buy. You can see this red dot. These red arrows you see are trade executions. So it's not, I didn't just manually put it, I can't fake it pretty much. These are trade executions on TradingView. I did it on my live stream. If you check it, I'm streaming every New York session for the most part. But at 8:15, price also got up here. I took partials because as much as I want price to go all the way up here, and it can still very much do that today. It's still 10:15 New York time, so there's still time in the session. But as price got up here, my first objective was met, and the dollar already hit an area where I was like, okay, it could just start falling. So I took my first partials. Guess what the market did? It fell right back down, all the way close to my entry. So if I didn't take partials, I'll be mad, I'll be panicking. But I was able to secure the bag, initially. And you feel good about yourself. It makes you less impulsive. It makes you stop making, it makes you think clearly and think straight. Compared to being in a trade, you're already up like 1 to 2 on the trade, and now it comes all the way back to your entry point. Then you start moving your stop loss. You're not set at break even. Like, those are all the things that happen when you don't take partials, because it's I gotta be right, or fuck the market, or I gotta be right, or unless the market shows me I'm wrong. No, you want to preserve your capital and grow your capital slowly and on a smooth trend. So that's the reason why I took my first partial. I didn't close out everything because it's still early in the day, 8:15 a.m. The market retraced, right? And I stayed in the trade. Now, since I'm at break even on this trade, right? I saw a reason to hop in this euro trade, which was an order block we quite didn't get into, but it was close enough for me. There's also institution level 1.380 that the market tapped. I'm drawing a horizontal line on it. Boom. So the market tapped that. So that was good enough for me, good enough to give me an entry. Now, my targets were this level and this level. I'm fully out of the trade on this one because, as you can see, at 9:15, the market just tapped this level. The reason why that was a level of interest was because if you look on a 1 hour chart, this where traders are more than likely put their stop losses. So, I mean, it's expected that the market was gonna blow through that. But check it out. So this happened at 9 o'clock. Let's go on to 5 minutes to be more specific. So 9:25, right? It hits an objective I was looking forward to. This is the second objective I'm looking for, right? Dollar hits at 9:25. To be honest, I was expecting the dollar. Like this is on the daily chart. This is a level I'm expecting. I'm looking at a daily chart. So as it's hitting these higher time frame levels where it can technically reverse from or slow down the trend, I don't want to be holding the bag on the euro. As much as it could still go my way, I'd rather secure what I got going on. Whether it be me taking partials or me closing out my whole position. Because one, I already hit my objective of the day. My objective is to only make 1% per day. At minimum. That's just a minimum objective. And I doubled it. I made 2.5% for the day. So why would I stress? It's still the beginning of the week. You know, no need to hold a bag when my objectives for the day on the dollar has already been hit. The dollar is king in trading. So whatever the dollar is doing, the markets tend to react to that. Now, you can see euro has kept going lower. And some people be like, wow, you're missing out on, some more money. Quite honestly, I don't care. I'm okay with it. I entered up here, exit on this candle. I already made money for the day. If you can see the account, this is the history, 208,000. Let's look at the history. Just expand it so you can see. By the way, my goal on this account, if you didn't watch my old video, is to show you how you can get a funded account by making 10% within 30 days, and also staying in the limits of not losing 5% in a single day or 10% of the initial account balance. So you can see today is the 18th, right? So January 17th, we finished. These were the two trades I took yesterday. The account's about 3,500. And you can see this is January 18th. All these trades right here. Profit about $5,000. That's the profits we made up today, about $5,000. So I'll take that to the bank, and if you're making $5,000 in a day, if you can make $5,000 a day, if you make $5,000 a week, a lot of these Instagram people have y'all think you gotta make $100,000 in 1 week. I mean, they're not doing that every week, and it's a very few of them that are actually making that money. So if you can make 5%, if you can, I'm about to, looking at this account at 208,000. Let's just say I was able to make 5% for the week. If you can make 5% for the week, that is awesome, right? Think about yourself managing, let's even say 200,000. 5% per week, it gives you 20% per month. That's 40,000 a month. Now there's multiple prop firms that are funding traders out there. So let's just say you have access to 400,000. That's 80,000 per month. So that's why I always think in percentages. I don't like to think the dollar amounts. I think in percentages, so I can be able to scale the way I operate. Because one day, I have big goals. As a trader, you better have big goals. I will manage like $10 million, even $100 million. I don't want to be stuck on the fact that I'm looking at the dollars, because that can make you go crazy. But if I focus on percentage, I would have a better way to operate, a better way to still put on large size positions and not feel like I'm having a panic attack. So that's why I always think of percentages. If you're making 5% per week, that is great. Awesome. You can manage anyone would love to give you the money to manage, right? So I mean, even let's just imagine $1 million, right? If you're making 5% on $1 million, or 20% a month, 5% a week is 20% a month. That's $200,000 every month. You're taking it back. So that's why sometimes when you see people on Instagram that are flaunting, they're making all this money in a day, you also got to ask yourself, what's their account size, how long they've been training for, and some are actually just fake people, or fake gurus. But those that are making a lot of money, it's because it's in relation to how much they have in their bank account. If you just have 5,000, you're not gonna make 100,000 a day. There's no need to try to hit home runs. All these trades I'm taking, I'm only risking about one. So far, I've only risked about 1%. I haven't risked 1.5% yet. The max out goes 2%. So I keep my risk low, and I just keep pushing. That way, I'm not panicking when I'm in a losing trade or I feel like I can't come back from a loss. Because if you're risking 5%, you're not gonna get access to these funded accounts because you're gonna lose 5% in a day. If you lose that, then it's over for you. So I think bigger. I'm thinking about managing a lot of money, and if I was to have millions of dollars, or when I have millions of dollars, I don't want to be trying to hit home runs. It's unnecessary. The home runs are gonna come by itself. But anyways, so you see, I left this trade euro. And some people will be worried about the fact that when you left it early, you could have waited till it came down here. You didn't get a 1, 2, 3. I don't care about that. Right? It's partials over being right. Profit over being right. Look at dollar CAD. I mean, look at it, it's still struggling. Imagine if I was still in this trade and the market went up, came down, or I see the dollar going higher and I'm thinking it's going to go higher. It came right back down. I mean, I'll be stressed out right now. Like, I wouldn't have a peace of mind because this also takes up your mental capital. I already know, all of us have been in trades where we keep on looking at our phone every second, every minute. Once you're in the trade, your mind is just subconsciously thinking about the market. Like, man, you're looking at your phone every second to see if it hit your target, or if you're losing money. So I'd rather save myself the peace of mind. Dollar already hit his objective, So that gave me reason to reasonably take my profits from the market, and I already hit my personal objectives for the day. So that's that. But anyways, I'm gonna show y'all the trade illustrations, and hope you enjoyed. Thank you for tuning in. I mean, that's pretty much all I had to talk about, I think. Oh, and also, just have to be satisfied, okay? Stop being hungry. Live to trade another day. The markets are open. I mean, the home runs, risking 5%, 10%. You're going to blow yourself up, okay? You're going to blow yourself up doing that and give yourself unnecessary stress, okay? So keep your risk low, 1%, 1 to 2% per trade. That's good enough to make you a lot of money. Go listen to Market Wizards. Everyone stresses the point of risk management. If you cannot manage your risk, you're not going to be successful. I have a long career in this. I honestly cannot remember the last time I blew an account. Ever since I start trading this way, I haven't blown an account. I just can't. I mean, even when I am, let's just say on the losing streak, guess what? If I was risking 1%, I lost 2 trades, I'm risking 0.5%. If I keep losing, I'm going to risk 0.25% until I get my foot back in the door of making money. Once I'm on a string of losses, that's another thing. Cut your risk low. Don't just because you lost a trade, don't double your leverage. You're doing the opposite of what you need to do. Because when you lose a trade, now you're more emotional, especially if you're trying to trade in the same day. You're more emotional, you're trying to get the trade back. You're not even thinking straight. Then on top of that, you put on a double leverage. That's like you're trying to explode your own mind. Like, just let the market if the market's not giving you what you need, if you're losing, cut your risk low. Once you gain some more confidence by winning a couple trades or two, then you can go back to your normal leverage size. But I would not advise, especially if you're starting off, don't risk 5%. I mean, if you're starting off, I would assume that my assumption you didn't have that much capital. So why don't you focus on getting assets to funded accounts? And they don't want you losing 5% a day. So change your mindset and listen to Market Wizards if you can. Volume 1 is nice. It's on YouTube. You can get it from Audible. So keep your risk low and trade away. You know what I'm saying? Take partials. Profits over being right. Thank you.